Hey everybody, I'm Scotty J. You are watching Rock Titan Music Television. We've got a phenomenal guest with us right now, and he is proof that the state of Florida doesn't just export oranges. They've also got their share of rockers that they're exporting as well. I can't wait for you to meet this young man. He's phenomenal. He's got so much going on. Jacob Reese Thornton.
What's up, everyone? How are you, Scott?
Jacob, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, man. I've actually been looking forward to talk to you all week because I'll tell you what, being an older guy, it's so great talking to younger people like yourselves because it's like, oh my God, it's like it gives hope that rock is not dead. Rock is not dead, and there's this tremendous rebirth going on. I mean, here you are. We've got other artists out there. I mean, obviously at this point, everyone knows Greta Van Fleet. They're like, right? They're a sensation. But here you are, man. You're it. You're right there. You're right there on the same level, man. So Jacob, talk to me, man. When did you first fall in love with music? First of all, you're 15. You're a sophomore in high school, yes?
Yeah.
All right. So when did this passion for music happen for you?
It really kind of started with my parents. My dad I'm lucky because he has a really great record collection. When I was in the crib, pretty much, my dad was playing Neil Young's Harvest or any Rolling Stones record. So that's really where it all came from, and I fell in love with it at a really young age.
Really? That's cool. Okay, so I was going to ask you about that a little later on. So a lot of these influences, because I noticed like a lot of the music that you play, the Beatles. And it's funny because my daughter's into the Beatles, and it's like, yes, thank you, I did something right.
Yes.
But you're playing Hendrix. Yeah, I mean, but you're playing Hendrix and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, man, this guy, he's got taste, he's got style. I'm digging it. Yeah. Now, this studio space that you're in right now, I couldn't help but notice, when we first started talking, my God, you got a lot of guitars up on the wall there, man.
This is where we rehearse. We do some live stuff here occasionally, and we record from home a lot also. So this is where I spend most of my time.
All right. Now, are your parents musicians?
My dad plays a little bit, but not too much. We just all we're all music lovers. So. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, do you remember specifically? I know you were talking about some of the influences that you had, and your early passions for music. Was there a specific instance that you can remember, or an artist that you were listening to, when you were just like, "That's what I want to do. Like, I want to play the guitar and I want to sing like that."
Well, for the guitar, it was when I first heard Green Day.
Really?
I was maybe 9 or 10. I think that's around the time I started, and I put on American Idiot. My dad had showed me the record, and it really, I took right to it. It was crazy. It's hard to explain. It was like that feeling, when the goosebumps come up, and that's when I knew I wanted to play guitar. And then from there, I got into Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then as a songwriter and a singer, it was when I first heard Noel Gallagher, his solo stuff. It was like, that's what I want to do. I want to write like that, and I want to sing like that. That's
awesome. Now, how old were you when you wrote your first song?
Well, I've been writing for a few years.
Okay.
As for probably most people, they sucked in the beginning, and I guess slowly I started kind of figuring out how to write, and I got a little better from there.
Well, we're going to talk about different times. So everybody, we're going to have a little lower thirds in here so you guys can go out and buy it, finance this, Jacob's college or, School of the Fine Arts or his first tour. Why don't we just get Jacob on tour right now? Go out and buy his album so we can get him on tour. But different times. I heard a few songs off that. I want to talk about some of your cover music too. But, songs like, Blown Away and Head First. And of course, Different Times, the title track off that album. What were some of the, I guess, inspirations for those songs? Can you tell the people, that haven't listened to those songs yet, lyrically, what were some of the things what's in the 15-year-old mind, man?
Well, I mean, a lot of the lyrics to the songs, I haven't really had a lot of life experience at this point, so a lot of, probably 99% of the lyrics are really about stories I've been told or things I've observed. I like to listen to things and observe things. So a lot of the lyrics are really just stories that I've kind of put a little bit of my own spin on so people can relate to them. Not too specific, but, where the story's there.
Honesty, I like that, man. That's very, very cool. But, so, Different Times. pretty impressive, the people that you had working with you on that album. Obviously, you know, we got Bruce Kulick, which everybody knows from Kiss, and, you know, Meatloaf, and then, of course, we had a guest appearance, from what I understand, on there by Todd Kearns, who's with Slash and the Conspirators. I mean, this is some pretty impressive company, man. How did this all happen?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really lucky. Bruce's brother Bob produced the record.
Okay, it was Bob. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, all right.
Good. I'm doing a show with them later this year, so I'm excited for that. And Bob and Bobby kind of they taught me so much about recording. You know, Bobby showed me how he does it, and I learned so much. And from Bob, I mean, I'm a lead guitar player, but from Bob, I learned so much about rhythm guitar playing. It was like a whole new world, really, because I mean, think about the Foo Fighters or Green Day. I mean, that's like Dave Grohl plays guitar like he would play a drum, and it changes your songwriting as well, because you think in different terms. And I'm just really fortunate to have guys like that. And then Todd came in and did all the background vocals and just totally blew my mind and took into a whole new light.
Now, how did this introduction take place? How did you meet these guys? Like,
I met Bob through Robert M. Knight, who's a photographer.
Okay.
Who I met a few years ago, and I'm so lucky. He's like a shepherd, you know, with all the young rock musicians. And I met him out at NAMM, and he got me an endorsement with Ernie Ball and Music Man Guitars.
Look at you!
I love their guitars, by the way. They're so cool.
Well, you have to say that now. They're your sponsor, man.
Honestly, even before, I love the feel, especially the neck of the guitars. It's just, they feel awesome, and their basses are sick also. Right. But yeah, I went out. Robert's in halftime in Vegas and then halftime in New Zealand, but I went out to Las Vegas, and I got introduced to Bob and Bobby, and then we just kind of decided, let's make a record. It was really cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, how long did that all take to put together? Like, from the time you started writing those songs, you know, and then you get into the studio and you start recording, you know, and putting this whole thing together. How long was that process?
The songs on this record were written about. The record was in. So they were written maybe about a year and a half ago,
okay.
And then we recorded them in summer of 2017,
all right.
And in Las Vegas. And so it was about maybe a year into the writing and then into the recording, but the recording process wasn't that long. It was about a month in Vegas, and then earlier this year I went back to Vegas to do all the vocals because my voice had changed after 6 or 7 months. So it was a little weird to work around, but we got through it, and I'm happy with it.
You know what? I am so glad you brought that up, because I didn't even think about it. But yeah, I guess your voice has got to be changing, man.
Yeah,
you know,
it was done in December, and then I started playing songs out live a little bit. Like, wait a minute, I sound really different from there. So we had to go back. But I loved it because I got to work at studio at the Palms in Las Vegas, and that place, I mean, everybody's recording there.
Okay.
And the studio where all the vocals were done is actually the same booth that the Killers recorded when you were young.
Right on.
So it's a great, and it's a huge studio. It's awesome. And so we record all the vocals then.
All right. Now, have you found yourself just in the course of like maybe the last year where you've had to do anything differently with songs that you've already written that you're playing now? Because, you know, I mean, this is like a crucial time. Have you discovered that your voice literally has changed since when you first recorded the album, so you have to do things a little differently now, or is everything kind of?
I have a couple of. I work with Matt Kramer, vocal, right. and so he's kind of shown me how to adjust to them. So I don't have to tune down, or most of the time I try to keep it, because I mean when I go out to see a show, I want to hear it like it sounds on the record. I want to hear it with all that same energy. So I try not to change it up too much, you know?
Right on. Now, I'm glad you talked about energy, because now I want to talk about videos, because like your generation is so much more in tune with social media and all these various platforms we have out there, and, you know, FaceTime and YouTube and everything. I mean, of course, my generation is in on it, you know, but yours, I mean, I grew into it. You were born into it, you know? So, I mean, it's like you can't even remember life before any of that even existed, because it didn't exist, you know? Or I should say, your life, you know, has been completely surrounded by it. With the videos that you do, I liked your creativity a lot with some of the covers. So I guess we can kind of talk about like the video work that you do and like the cover work you did at the same time. While My Guitar Gently Weeps, man. Oh my God. You know, I love that video. I love the way you did it because it's like you've got one frame. Everybody, again, if you haven't gone and seen, you know, Jacob Reese Thornton, that's who we're talking to right now. You know, you got to go check out his videos. Go buy his LP, all right? And so anyway, in the video, you've got yourself playing the rhythm guitar, the electric guitar, and then you're playing the leads, all in different frames, like individually. And then you've got the frame where you're just singing. Whose idea was that? Was that your idea? Because you guys are so creative.
That was really all at home. I just set up a camera in this room, just right in front of the vocal mic, and as I would record the vocals, I would just record it through video, and then I had all the different guitar layers, you know, with the acoustic and then the electrics, and so on. I just kind of put them together. I mean,
Stop it! You did that by yourself. No one did that for you. What did you use to edit?
Final Cut.
You use Final Cut?
I'm not great at it, but I know the basics. Yeah.
Oh man, you are like, you got everything going on right now. That's amazing. So I got to ask you, Jacob, how do you balance school and obviously your passion for music?
It's really just kind of time management. You know, I try to get a lot of the schoolwork out of the way if I know I got to be somewhere, I got to travel, or I do a lot of work while I'm traveling, you know, on planes or in cars.
Where do you get off using a term like time management, man? You know, people like, you know, like your parents, they probably don't have the first clue about time management. They probably don't know anything about time management. And we got to get them in here and talk to them. No, that's really impressive, though, man. It's funny because I have talked to some other folks about you, you know, and they're like, yeah, man, Jake's got do people call you Jake or Jacob?
Either's cool.
All right, yeah. So I've heard that Jake's got an old soul. Is that something that you've heard a lot of?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep, every once in a while.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So you've got some pretty cool events that are coming in the not too distant future. From what I understand, you've got like the greatest Tom Petty, you know, cover band of all time that you're going to be performing with here. Tell me a little bit about that. Yeah,
that's at Revolution Live, which is a venue down here. But it's like the epitome of the rock club. It has a really great vibe. And so I'll be opening the show on this Friday. Actually, I'm not sure when this is going to be put out, but it's this Friday.
Right on.
And then I'm playing October 30th with Bruce Kulick, and I'm opening for Bruce Kulick and then Todd and Brent from Slash at that same venue. It's going to be fun.
Dude, that's incredible, man. You're like, oh, yeah, it's going to be fun. You know, I'm only going to be playing, you know, with one of the guitarists, you know, from Kiss, you know, and, you know, Todd Kearns and, you know, and Fitz. I mean, oh, my God, you know, I mean, this is pretty amazing stuff. How excited have your, you know, parents been for you through this? How supportive have they been of you?
I'm really lucky because they've been so supportive, and they've let me keep my passion going and all this stuff. So I'm lucky. They've been really cool throughout it.
Yeah, nah, that's cool. Now, are you kind of like, obviously, you know, you're a rock star in life, and you've got a fan base growing already. But do you have, what's your status at school like, man? You know, you're a sophomore in high school. You know, are all the ladies swooning all over you? Come on, man, be honest. All the guys want to be just like you. You know,
it's very, very weird down here. I mean, I have friends, but it's the culture down here. Not to knock anything, but it's very hip hop and EDM influence, and I'm not really into that stuff. You know, I'd rather hear a Led Zeppelin record, to be perfectly honest. So they respect it, and that's cool.
Awesome. Jacob, I think you're reading my mind, man, because that's a perfect segue as we wrap up this interview so I can let you get on with things, you know, the rest of your evening. And thank you very much, by the way, for your time. I really appreciate this. But so you're down there in Florida, you know?
Yeah.
We know that the music scenes in, like, say, Nashville, Tennessee, L.A., you know, if you're a rock star, man, those are kind of like the places to be. Have you given any thought already, you know, have you talked to your parents about, you know, maybe once you're out of high school or even before high school, you know, making your way out to those areas and, you know, showcasing your talent?
I'd love to live in Nashville if I could, because I actually have a lot of family in Tennessee because my dad was born in Tennessee. Okay. So it's not like I would go there not knowing anybody, and then plus the gigantic music scene. And LA would be cool also. We'll see what happens. Right on,
right on. So have there been any plans for any wider tours, you know, like when you're on school break or anything like that? When you have breaks, you ever think about, you know, hitting the road during that time and trying to...
I love playing live. It's my favorite part is is playing live. So whenever there's an opportunity to play, I'm down for it. So yeah, I'd love to play, a little bit more throughout the world. Even I'd love to go over to Europe at some point.
Right on, right on. Now, do you have your own YouTube channel with your videos and all that stuff out there?
Yeah.
All right, and I guess if we just Google Jacob Reese Thornton, everyone will be able to find.
Just Google my name and all the stuff will pop up.
All right, we'll put it out there. All right, so everybody, again, we are here with Jacob Reese Thornton. He's got his LP out there, Different Times. Got to make sure you go check that out because Tom Kearns makes a little debut on there. And again, at the end of October, he's going to be playing, or opening up, I should say, for Bruce Kulick from KISS, the non-makeup days. Man, that's just incredible. Jacob, thank you so much for your time, man. And,
thank you. We'll speak to you.
Yeah, man, and I really wish you all the best of luck. I cannot wait to just track your career and see how everything goes, man.
Thank you.
Be good, stay cool, stay out of trouble.
I'll try.
All right, man, everybody. You are watching Rock Titan TV. I am Scotty J. We're out.